Hey, it's Matt. Welcome back. We're going to be talking today about newbie filming. Okay, so for me, a couple weeks back, I'm like, hey, yo, look, there's this new thing that's not new thing, but like, there's this thing, filming. Why don't I try that? It looks fun. Let's do it. So I got up and I did it, and I bought my own camera. And so I got my camera, I got some gear, I got a gimbal. What now? I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to do. So I went on YouTube and I'm like, ooh, film stuff, videography, short films, just searching all this stuff. And I ran across this guy, D for Darius, excellent YouTuber, quality stuff. He has taught me so much. I just binge watch his videos, just do it. They're very engaging, they're entertaining, they're funny, and it teaches you like lists of stuff. I got all inspired by his films, and I'm like, ooh, well, why don't I try one? So I got this idea, Insanity. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do something that I can film by myself and I can be the filmer and actor. And so I did it, and you will learn a lot of things. It was a great experience. Didn't get a lot of views on YouTube. It's on this YouTube channel, but I put it out there and I said, hey, this is what I did. And so my friends watched it and they're like, wow, they were impressed that I did that by myself. And I'm not that great of a filmer, but you can do stuff just by learning stuff on YouTube. I'm still a noob. I'm new to it.
Gear.
I have some camera gear. I have this camera. I have this microphone. But the few things you can do a lot. You don't have to have a red camera to do filmmaking. You don't even have to have a gimbal. In that film, I didn't use a gimbal a single time. You don't need a gimbal. You just don't. A good tripod and maybe a monopod to stabilize if you're walking around, that's all you really need. I mean, I only used the tripod. I would fold the tripod up and shrink it down to use it as a monopod. That was about it. You don't need a lot of gear. I used my variable ND filter a single time.
Time consumption.
With that film, you can't just expect, oh, I'm going to record a few minutes of video, like 10 minutes of video, and I'll be all done. I spent at least 8 to 10 hours on filming alone for that video, because I had to set the camera up, do a take, rewatch the take, and all the mumbo jumbo there, and then I had to redo the take and do the same thing. So once I was happy with it, at least another take, so I had 2 good ones to choose from. It does take a while, and then I spent another couple hours editing. So like about 20 hours or so of video editing may lend you depending on who you are, you might think 20 hours for 2 minutes? What does that really do me? Well, what it does is it gets you experience, and it puts something out there that says, hey, I did this work. If you want to, have me do something for an event, you can see I can produce at least this quality work. Problems. So the problems I encountered, well, this tripod only goes up to about 4.5 feet. And I'm 6 foot tall. I was the actor, so I was trying to make the actor feel small and look at them more from an above angle. That was the hardest challenge for me, so I'd take my tripod and figure out where to reposition it. And some shots I had to totally redo my entire idea for it because I couldn't do it with my tripod and my angle, camera position, the fact that I was the filmer and it had to be on a tripod. I couldn't do my shots because there would be a road in the way, so I had to reposition it and just totally replan shots. You're gonna have to do that. You're just gonna have to replan shots. You're just gonna have to pull stuff out of your butt and go with it. More problems I encountered in a couple shots. I kind of forgot to set my manual temperature, so it kind of looks kind of off. But you can easily just go in and change the temperature and Resolve. It's pretty easy. I use Resolve. Then I had to run into a wall and roll down a hill like 15 times. My shoulder and hip hurt after that. The fun parts. Probably the funnest part was getting to YOLO down a hill and just smack yourself. Maybe getting the dirt up your pants and down your shirt isn't the fun part. Rolling down hills and running into walls, that was fun. Provided you don't legit get really hurt. The not fun parts. The parts you don't really like. The parts that are like, oh, I gotta do this. For me, that was the making his clothes black. I spent 4 hours on that for like a total of 300 frames, which is really only a couple seconds. I didn't like that part. I just kind of hated it. The next not fun part for me was watching people's reactions. My friends know I don't like people to just say, oh, that was so great, blah, blah, blah. It's just, yeah. I didn't like that part. That was probably the worst part in my book. I didn't like it. overall conclusion. As an overall conclusion, as a newbie, you're gonna have to put in a lot of work. Just do it. You're gonna have to put in a lot of work. You're gonna have to just get it done. It'll be hopefully fun, whether it's just you and your friend doing it or just you by yourself. So as a newbie, I want to get better, and you just gotta make more videos, write stuff, do the work to make it good and good quality so people want to watch it. Yeah. If you're just getting into it, you're going to have to put work into it. It may flop, it may not look as good as you mentally envisioned it to be. People may go, but the good news with that benefit, you get to learn. People say, oh, that was kind of boring. You need to do this and that. Save that knowledge for later. Write it down. Just say, hey, I need to add birds chirping in the background. It adds character to the overall setting. Okay, do that. Just jot that down for next time. Next time in the middle of the woods, add birds. It will be a lot of work, but you put in the work and you will hopefully benefit a good quality film out of it. I'm not experienced. This is kind of a YouTube channel where I will grow. I don't know a lot of things about film. I just watch a bunch of YouTube videos and I'm like, hey, let's do this. And hopefully you'll learn from other people's mistakes. Thank you guys for watching. And if you got to the end of the video, thank you very much for your attention. And I will see you next time. Boy Matt is out.